Okay, ICU-812, in response to my last video, which was on uh, the right timing, right action, success, wrong timing or wrong action, failure, um, asked what prompted the video, and I think that's kind of an unusual question for somebody to ask, and it was very perceptive, and so I'm going to go ahead and give it an answer. What prompted me to make that video right now was I, videos, the big thing that keeps cropping up in my feed right now from various people is stuff related to this idea of second civil war and this and that and the other thing. And I'm not going to name names, but and I don't mean any offense to anybody, just giving my 2 cents. Um, the subject of Timothy McVeigh having already started the second civil war or whatever, but nobody showed up, came up in a video. You guys know I'm talking about you. But and I wanted to comment there, but I couldn't put it into words. What Tim McVeigh and Nichols did was not to start a civil war. It is a historically great example of wrong action, wrong time. Okay, I don't care what they were thinking. What they did was blow up a building and parking lot and surrounding stuff full of men, women, and children, and many of them just civilians coming in there to deal with some kind of business or whatever, and just slaughter a huge number of people, and just it was a horrible, inexcusable, and just stupid thing to do. It was a wrong action for any time, and it was a wrong action and wrong time. It was a perfect example of that, and I started to put that in words, and I ended up with the video that I ended up with. So, people out there who are seeing in our political strife that there's going to be a revolution, there's great conflict and everything. I understand it, but stop and look at the time you're in, and stop and consider the action people are talking about. People are talking about killing people, about shooting people, blowing things up. Watch some videos of Syria, battles in Syria and everything. Think about that 2, 3, 4, 5 times before you step into that kind of thing here, first off. And then second off, the time. Just because people are arguing politically and are angry at each other politically does not mean that the general population is ready to start shooting at each other. Revolutions, things like that, resistances against tyrannical governments always come when things are terrible and insufferable. Are things terrible and insufferable right now? I've run into some people who think they are. Maybe they are in their personal lives. But look at the reality of it. Look at the timing of it. Stock market's at all-time record highs. Inflation is tame. Interest rates are low but stable. Employment is at the highest it's been since World War II. Black employment is the highest it's ever been. Hispanic employment highest it's ever been. Um, you know, uh, Despite our political conflicts, the nation is doing incredibly well. We're the strongest economy in the world. Um, this is incredibly good times for us. This is not a time when a revolution or when armed conflict within the country is going to sprout out. Wrong time. Now things can change, but anyway, I started thinking about that, and I spun that into my other video because it's a thing to do with everything in life. Sometimes stop and think, is this the right time, and is this the right action? Because a lot of times with our emotions, we take wrong actions, and without thinking, we do it at the wrong time. We get caught up in our own emotions like Timothy McVeigh did, and our own angers, and otherwise good people can end up doing absolutely horrible things at the wrong time. So, if somebody out there is thinking about starting a revolution, at the very least I can tell you, this is the wrong time. Okay? ICAEU 812, I hope that answers your question.